Hello.
Hey Rose, how are you?
I'm good. A little chilly in here.
Yeah, it is. It is quite cold. To your right over here, left. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
over
Yeah.
here. Um, Talk to me about this fight. You and Miranda have an interesting history. You guys have trained together. She spoke about your relationship. Just a few hours ago when she came here to talk to us. How did this fight come about, and were there any sort of second thoughts because of the history between you two?
Um, I mean, uh, no second thoughts or anything. Just it's something that I wasn't like super surprised by, just because when I was matched up to fight Macy and she had pulled out last year. Yeah, I believe it was about last year. Yeah, Miranda was one of the first people to kind of throw her name in the hat to jump at that opportunity. And she was matched up to fight Tracy at the time, so she was kind of upset that Tracy got that opportunity over her. So, yeah, and we were training together for that fight, mainly just like sparring, not like all the other stuff. So yeah, whenever that happened, I kind of always had in the back of my mind that she would want this opportunity, and so when it came up, I wasn't too surprised, but yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. Do you take that personal at all, or just business?
No, but I mean, I know that this is a fight business. You know, she wants what I have. She wants my spot, and I gotta just show her that she has to look for a different spot.
Yeah. And overall, as far as like the fight itself, do you like the matchup? Do you like what she presents, what she brings to the table, and how your skills match up against hers?
Yeah, I do like the matchup. Excuse me. I do like the matchup. I think that obviously I'd like to be, fighting. I want to fight, higher ranked people, of course. But I know that she's better than maybe what her ranking kind of says. So to me, as a martial artist, I just want to, fight whoever's going to challenge me and who I can test myself against. And yeah, she's a strong girl. She has, certain attributes, but I just believe all of mine are better than hers.
Yeah. And this will be your fifth fight, right? At 125 pounds since you moved up, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably, yeah.
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 Overall, how has been your stay at 125? You've had some mixed results, but how do you feel yourself as a fighter? And do you ever contemplate maybe moving back to 115, or that's done?
No, I know that people say that a lot or whatever and try to tell me what to do, try to give me advice about my career, or think this and that. But I know myself and I know what I'm doing, and yeah, maybe I had some mixed results. But there's a lot of factors and variables that go into it that not a lot of people know me or my situation, and so I don't contemplate going back to 115. Only, I mean, I could be persuaded, of course. I'm a prize fighter, so if an opportunity presented itself that was convincing, then I do that. But in actuality, like, I'm here to challenge myself. I'm here to push myself, and 115 just it's I've already like gotten to the top of that and did that, and with the time left that I have in my career, this is the next biggest challenge, and so yeah, it got to the point at 115, it was like I had so many rematches and I was fighting the same people. It's just like and I have that goal of becoming two division champion, and I know I hit a speed bump in the last fight. Like I was, had I won that fight, I would have probably been in, title talks, or at least like very close to it. And so right now with that loss is kind of a little frustrating, very frustrating. But I still feel like it's very possible, and it's very within reach. I've actually been in this position before where I was making a title run at 115 when I fought Carolina, actually here in Atlanta, like many years ago, and I thought I was getting that title shot right after that, and it was just, and I lost, and then I had to like kind of rebuild myself, and here I am again, like, all right, I've been here before, so yeah, I just gotta, make a statement and do the best that I can, and God willing, I'll get that title shot and I'll achieve my goals.
Yeah. And do you feel like that? You say it's within reach, but like how far do you think it is? Because you are a former champion, you are a beloved name in the sport. and you always put on exciting fights. That's why you're always at the top billing of this cards. I would imagine the line wouldn't be too long, right?
Yeah, things can change very quickly as we see all the time in the MMA. It's very unpredictable. So, I just got to be ready for whatever and just do my best and let God take care of the rest, and whatever, whatever happens. And but I do feel like it's very within reach. It's just a little frustrating because you feel like you just want it your way. You know what I mean? You want to like, as a human being, we want to implement our will. But we just kind of have to submit to God's will and just kind of go with His plan, and so gotta take a little detour, So it's all for the best, though.
Yeah, it's not official yet, but there's been talks of Zhang Weili potentially moving up to challenge Valentina. What do you think about that fight? You know Valentina very well, and you fought Zhang Weili.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think she has a chance of dethroning Valentina?
I definitely believe she has a chance. I think anybody has a chance, but it's and Weili obviously I think has a better chance than maybe most other people. However, Valentina, I mean, she's my favorite. Like she's I look up to her. I think she's amazing, and I believe she's the better martial artist. So I think that would make the difference in the fight. I do think Weili is very fast, and she's very strong for her size as well. But Valentina's extremely strong, so and very fast as well. So I think it would be a very interesting matchup. But I definitely would lean more towards Valentina in that one.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Rose, right here, this side.
Mm-hmm. Oh, shoot.
Right here. I'm Julian
Yeah,
Virgin.
okay.
Good to see you. Again,
Yeah.
I'm Julian Virgin. Rose, you've become a fan favorite because of the level of vulnerability that you've been expressing to the fans since you've come into the UFC. Mm-hmm. I'm curious, this season of your life, how would you describe it?
This season of my life, fun, very peaceful, It's not without its turmoil or, chaotic moments, but just my faith in God and just like my relationship that I've really like worked on a lot over the last few years. It's like, these are actually the things that I've been through, just like that I maybe don't always talk about, or I don't like, I am very vulnerable and I am very open, but there's also things that I still keep private in my life. And it's crazy because it's like, it seems like it would be, it's tougher than I would even, let on, and so, but I just have the peace and the joy that surpasses all understanding and the strength of God. So it just helps me carry my cross and with joy and be able to just relish and smile in the face of any type of, just hardships or persecution or just whatever it is, so, yeah, nobody could take my joy.
You spoke about how you fought in Atlanta previously. When you're on these work trips, do you take time to explore the city, and what does that look like for you being here in Atlanta, Georgia?
I really do like Atlanta, and I wish I was more, I guess, it's just always like a risky thing to all right, let's go do something, and then it's like, oh no, I changed my mind, I want to go in my room and hide, So, but no, I really do like it here. We kind of walked around outside a little bit, but yeah, it's just focus on the task at hand and just kind of conserve energy and focus on performing.
And Rose, what has been the theme of this fight camp as you prepare to go to battle? The theme.
The theme. Ooh. Oh gosh. I don't know. Just the martial arts journey. Just being a martial artist and enjoying the process and enjoying everything regardless of what's going on, just being a martial artist.
Thank you.
Yep.
Hey, Rose.
Mm-hmm.
Just really quickly on the Zhang Weili, obviously you have a long history with her. If she does end up moving up and taking the flyweight belt, it's got to be good for you, right? I mean, you have 2 wins over her. And you mentioned that you kind of left 115 because you were tired of rematches. Is that a 3-match you would relish given the changed circumstances?
Oh yeah, for sure. Just because, at 115, obviously we did that twice there. So if she, got through all of that and was able to, then yeah, that would be something that at 125 would obviously make it a little different and more exciting. And obviously with with obviously achieving such a big I don't know, achievement, that would make it way more interesting for sure. You know, the more that she elevates herself, the more that it's like, okay, you know, that's a new mountain to climb. She's obviously, I think in her last fight, she showed some great evolution. And so it would just make it more interesting that the more she evolves, the more that I would be interested in that. But yeah, so we'll see.
And is that a fight you'd be more interested or less interested, just given your kind of personal respect for Valentina Shevchenko?
Yeah.
Would you rather not fight someone you respect for that second title?
Yeah, I mean, I respect them both, but I definitely have, like, I guess a more softer place in my heart for Valentina. Not that I don't like Weili at all. Like, I think she's great, too. I think she's great for the sport and, you know, just respect a lot of what she's done. Yeah, that would be very interesting. You know, I think they kind of, both fights would be a dream come true in a different, you know, for different reasons. And but with Valentina, I ain't gonna lie, it would be a little bit like it would. I don't know. I really like her as a person. I just gotten to know her a little bit more, so it would be a little bit weird. But I would definitely put that aside and just kind of focus on, you know, just the fan side of myself as a mixed martial artist fan, and also just a martial artist, and being like, I would put myself in the headspace of like, all right, we're gonna test ourselves, and we're gonna just have fun doing this and get paid doing it. Because obviously, I mean, I trained a lot with her, and we didn't get paid for that. So, you know, so I try to just focus on that. But you know, there would be somewhat of mixed feelings, you know. Mm-hmm.
Rose, real quick, I just want to get your thoughts on the expected fight between Amanda Nunes and Kayla Harrison. It's a big fight for women's MMA, and it got a lot of people excited, and I feel like there hasn't been a matchup like that in a while. One of them that I can point to is your rivalry with Joanna Jędrzejczyk that had people going. So what are your thoughts overall for that fight and what it could do for women's MMA? And I don't know if you maybe feel comfortable leaving us with a prediction for that.
Oh. Man, that was really good for women's MMA. I was very happy and very proud, you know, to see that, just the way like the athletes handle themselves, and very you know, respectful, but also very like we can find excitement in like legit martial artists that are just there to like for that reason and alone. And not that I'm not entertained by certain you know, just whatever like rivalries and things that when it gets a little you know, I guess chatty and this and that, or catty, so to speak. But I really appreciated like just the way that they, you know, were, I guess, represented women's MMA. And so definitely very excited for that fight. And it'd be interesting to see how Kayla Harrison deals with Amanda striking. I think that's probably maybe like mostly what everybody might be thinking, or that might be the big question. But her striking is looking better and better each time she gets in there. So, and then, yeah, it'd be interesting to see if she can get her hands on Amanda and see. But, I mean, Amanda's got great jiu-jitsu, and she's super strong. So, a prediction, I don't know if I have one just yet. But, man, I don't know. I love them both. And Kayla Harrison made me a huge fan of hers, just the way that she represented, you know, her faith in Jesus, and she just like put it out there and spreads the gospel like that. That to me, I'm a little biased when it comes to that, but I mean, so I'm be rooting for her. But I love Amanda Nunes. I think she's, you know, obviously the greatest. So, yeah, I'll be watching.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, Rose. So pretty recently, Miranda Maverick said that it'd be a heck of a charity event to have people come in and watch you guys spar. Are you excited about the technical battle that you think this fight's going to bring?
Yeah, I think that I'm prepared for all of it, you know. I'm prepared for, you know, it to go all 3 rounds, or whether it's just going to be a quick finish. So to me, it's all about my preparation and the adjustments that we've made since looking back at our training footage and things like that, and then just, you know, watching how she kind of fights and stuff. Yeah, but I'm truly prepared for all of it. So I don't know about a charity event or what was that?
Miranda said, quote, when we spar, we said it would be a heck of a charity event to just put on live sparring where people would come in and watch fighters get rounds.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess in general, I think that it's kind of one of those weird etiquette things where, like, you know, there's so much that happens in the gym, and training is definitely different from the fight, but there's so many, like, training clips that it's like, man, if somebody would see this would be crazy, you know what I mean? But as far as our rounds, I mean, I think they were pretty decent rounds. I don't know that, I don't know. It is what it is. I think it's I don't know. I don't know if, like, charity event or whatever, I don't know what that means, but, you know, I never post really, like, my sparring footage, but it would be great to do that I know people would really enjoy that in general, just like with anybody. So I don't know, like, her rounds with me versus anybody else. I don't know. There's some that are good, some that are just okay, you know what I mean? So I don't know.
Yeah.
But maybe she's trying to hype up our fight, you know, which I do believe is going to be very, I've evolved a lot in this training campus, so I'm just really excited to put that on display and let it translate into the fight, because that's my biggest, like, prayer and hope, is that what I've done, I have the full confidence that I'm fully prepared. It's like, okay, now what I've done, I just gotta make it perform and translate into the fight. So yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned you've done a lot of evolving. Are there any adjustments or tweaks, either physically or mentally, that you've made that you're especially proud of heading into this camp?
Yeah, actually, I just, like, was looking back at, like, old training footage when I, like, first kind of was preparing for this fight, and it's just funny because, like, you know, Pat has been telling me for probably many, many years, but I just, like, never really fully seen it the way that he was saying it, but he's like, why are you letting these people do this, you know, or, like, why are you just, like, letting this happen? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm trying my hardest, you know, and I'm just like, I'm breathing heavy, you know, like, and then when I go back and watch, and it's funny because, like, I would watch the same thing back then, and it's like, it looked normal to me, but then all of a sudden when I watched it, it was like the smoke cleared from my eyes, and I could just see, like, yeah, why am I just letting stuff happen, or why am I, you know, I know I could be doing something else right there, you know, and so all of a sudden it just, once I made that realization, it was like, it changed a huge, it turned a huge corner for me in my training and my results and my performance in my training. So that was a huge one. And then just being on the same page and not just being able to see eye to eye on a lot of things within the team and stuff has been huge. And so, yeah, and then I think, like, having the off season for this fight, like, just a little bit more time to, like, kind of lift more weights and stuff going into a camp, I think has been really good on the physical side and whatnot. So, and I think just overall, just maturing and more experience over time and stuff like that has been helpful.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Hey, Rose, over here.
Mm-hmm.
You are 2 times UFC champion.
Yeah.
What's your reaction to Jiří Procházka turning down the UFC fight to focus on his finishing his university degree?
I'm sorry, say that again.
What's your reaction to Jiří Procházka turning down the UFC title shot and focusing on his finishing the university degree? Former light heavyweight champion.
Former light heavyweight
Jiří Procházka.
Oh, Jiří, he turned down the title shot?
Yeah.
Oh, I
to
didn't know
finish
that.
his okay.
Oh, to stay in school?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, he's very smart. I support him in that, and yeah, I think, you know, it's funny. I actually went through many times throughout my career and was like, I'm done with this, and I even, like, going off of I think it might be even the second Carla loss. I actually enrolled in some classes for, like, a few months, and I was like, yeah, this ain't it, you know. So I can relate to that, and I totally understand the thought process of, like, you know, wanting to change career paths and things like that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Is he retired or is he just like taking a break?
He's just finishing the school right now in a few weeks.
Okay. Yeah.
Then
So
he'll
then,
ready to fight.
okay. So yeah. So I think that's very smart. You know, just do that, and I mean, I'm sure he's still got a lot of time, and I think that'll be good for him. I think it'll just kind of revitalize him and be able to come back stronger. And you know, I'm a big fan of his, so it'll be cool to see. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Yes, one more.
One more?
Right here.
Yeah.
Thank you. Rose, this is the fight against Miranda. For you, it's kind of fight where you can more lose than to gain. I mean, if you'll win, you'll stay where you are. If you lose, in the worst case scenario, you can go out of top 10. So does this fact make extra pressure on you?
I mean, I guess naturally it would, but me as a martial artist, I just gotta, you know, fight who's in front of me, and so obviously she's behind in the rankings, but as far as like an opponent, like she's, you know, I guess earned the right to be here, and so she's on a impressive win streak, and so. So I just have to look at it as a martial artist and think that that's just the next challenge in front of me, and not pay attention to all the other stuff, even though it is, I think, you know, I guess that's normal and natural to think about, but I try not to think about it too much because she poses a threat that I have to overcome, and regardless of you know, the result, I just have to perform my best, and, you know, yeah, just let go of the rest.
And one quick from me, how will look the perfect 2025 for you, if we're talking about UFC?
I'm sorry, what?
How will look the perfect year 2025 for you, if we're talking about...
perfect year?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect year would be, you know, probably, you know, win this fight and then maybe win 2 more, and hopefully somewhere in there as a title shot, and that would be perfect.
Let it be. Good luck.
Thank you.